Hello everyone, I'm Havoc and this is All the Mods 6. We are back at it again today, and you'll probably notice I have my unobtainium armor on. I probably misspelled it also in the title of last video. It's okay. Y'all know what I mean, and that's all that matters. I've got an unobtainium jetpack too, and boy, let me tell you, this is not cheap. It is expensive in order to get the jetpack itself. And you have to have the vibranium, and you have to have all the modium, and the emerald, and you can do platinum or diamond. If you're going to sit at the platinum or diamond level for a while, I would suggest going with the platinum jetpack because it holds 36 million, and the diamond jetpack only holds 30 million. Why they hold different amounts of power is, your guess is as good as mine. But if you're going to upgrade, the diamond one's probably cheaper. I don't know, unless you're just swimming in platinum. I don't know. I don't know what you got going on. But you'll probably notice I have the throttle down to 40%. And 40% feels pretty comfortable moving around. If I'm going to travel, I can crank it up to 100% and just smack my face into the side of a cliff because you go that fast. But I've been turning it down to about 40% for average use flying around. Oh, also, I made an unobtainium sword, which is incredibly powerful. And if I take a look at it right here, you'll notice that it says under the components, where does it say that at? It doesn't say where, but I learned that you can grade the material before you use it. And if we drop right down into the water dome, you will see this material grader. And triple S is as high as it goes. So I graded all of the material to triple S on this. Is it here that you see it? No, I don't know how you see that. Unless I'm just missing it here. But it makes it better. Instead of just regular unobtainium sword, it's a triple S value unobtainium sword by making all of the things into triple S. Takes a little bit of this glittering dust. It's a little weird. Popped chorus fruit, some glowstone dust, emerald shards, and then nether bananas. And nether bananas come from netherwood saplings. You just grow them, cut the tree down, and you have a chance to get them. It's a little weird. I think I used like 16 of these bananas. I grew a bunch of the trees and just chopped them down. Got some bananas and used them. I might have had one or two in my system from exploring and getting a few random things. Let's see. The unobtainium Paxel is an upgrade. I can't remember if I showed you guys this. It's indestructible, experience boost 5. So anything I break with the Paxel, which is a pickaxe, axe, shovel, I think is what this is. Anything that I break with it gives me experience. And I have Silk Touch on it and Miner's Fervor 5, which makes it mine wicked fast. I mean, it's already fast because it's unobtainium, but it also has that on it. Let's see. I think that's kind of it. I fully enchanted my armor, made a few changes there. We have dropped in a skelly spawner, which I think is actually going right now. I need to go turn that off. It is melting through some skellies. Oh, hello there. Dead. And I don't have my magnet on because I was chilling down here close by to this little area, and I didn't want my inventory to fill up while I was down here. But we can turn this off and let them die out. You'll also notice, oh, he's suffocating in the roof. Here, let me end your misery. Also, I've wired all the fans up so I can turn all the fans off right here with one switch. And then I can walk around in here uninhibited. Of course, this is not going to stay for much longer. I will be moving it and upgrading. But that's not what today's episode is about. Today's episode is about environmental tech. I mean, this one is core and whatnot, but it's about this, the void miner. I touched on it a little bit a video or two ago, but I didn't really go into detail on it. Well, now we're going to rip it up and we're going to go into detail on it. I can turn my magnet back on now. Like so. And I'm just wearing it in a bracelet slot. And we are going to take all of this up and we're going to upgrade it because this was the first version. Tier 1, and Tier 1's been running and Tier 1's been good to us. But now we're going to move on and we're going to make it better. And also I crafted pretty much everything by hand last time, I'm fairly certain. Let me breeze through here. Yes, I don't have any of the recipes in here. So we're going to kind of go through that. It's really simple. If you look at most of the things, they're going to take some of these obsidian plates. The obsidian plates are kind of like the bottom tier resource that you're going to need a lot of. So we need to get a recipe in here for these so our system can make those. And then these are used to make bigger components or to make final pieces, this, that, and the other. I'm just going to drop it in wherever. That means I can remove it. The next thing up is going to be a redstone imbued obsidian plate. That's going to be used for some recipes. Let's get rid of that. And we can drop that in right there. So, if you look at this, the Litherite Void Miner CCU, it says hold shift for more information. If you hold shift, you'll see exactly what it takes to build it. 4 input output I/O blocks or frames, 1 laser lens holder, 2 laser cores, 20 frames tier 1, 2 modifiers, and 18 panels. The panels can be structure panels or they can be clear structure panels. I like the clear ones because you can see through them. It's a nice little aesthetic addition to it. And if you look, I'm already ready. I've got the crafting recipe right here for the Erodium Void Miner, and you'll see it takes a little bit more. Right? There's an additional laser core, there's 2 more modifiers, and there's a handful more frames. Is it the same number of panels? Actually, it's a little less in the panels because you have 2 additional modifiers, which probably take up 2 of the panel slots for the Erodium Void Miner. So I don't necessarily, well, no, you know what, we'll put the recipe in. I was going to say I don't necessarily need the recipe in the system for the miner itself, more so the components, but I'll do it in the system anyways. And in order to get to this point, we need the Erodium crystals, which came from the tier 1, the Litherite Void Miner with the flash memory that's programmed as a crystal miner is what got us all of the crystals that we have. And then you're going to need a block of diamond, which my system already knows how to make, and then laser cores. Laser cores are something we definitely want to teach the system how to make. And just drop that recipe right in there. And we'll go ahead and teach it how to make this as well. So there's a laser diode, and then there's the Litherite miner. We will tell it to make the miner, and then we'll tell it how to make these diodes. All super simple. You don't need dark glass. If it's not checked as exact here, you can use whatever. For some reason or another, it's always plugging dark glass in here. But you can just swap that out for glass, like so. And we will drop these recipes in as well. And now we should have all of what's necessary to upgrade to this by simply putting this recipe in and throwing our tier 1 in. So let's do it right over here. If we throw that in and we say miner, I want it to craft just one of these, and we want, see, this is the problem. It's going to make a whole nother Litherite Void Miner. You see, instead of saying available like it does down here, it says to craft. I don't know why it won't use this one that's right here, unless it's because it's probably got power in it or some kind of NBT data. So I don't necessarily want to do that. What I do want to do though is get everything ready by just hitting that button. What do we need? We're going to need a laser core and we're going to need a diamond block. And we're going to run into all kinds of issues here. At enviro. Let's go ahead and say make a stack of those, and let's make a diamond block. I'll just make 10 of them. I've got, nope, not enough diamonds. Never mind, I was going to say I've got a bunch of diamonds. Apparently, I do not have a lot of diamonds, and I'm going to have to fix that. So, can we do it now? Possibly. There we go. We'll handcraft it so we don't waste resources. But if we say we wanted to make an additional one now, the system can just make us another void miner in the future, which is probably what I'm going to want to do, because this one I'm going to be plugging the crystal miner right back into it and letting it run again. So that's just one step. If you look at the frames, we need tier 2 frames, and we need 28 of them. I only have 21 of the tier 1 frames, so we're going to need to teach the system, number one, how to make the tier 1 frames, and that requires litherite interconnects, which are litherite and imbued redstone obsidian plates, and then you're going to use that and some structure panels or clear structure panels. See, structure panels themselves are gold nuggets, obsidian plates, and nether quartz. The clear structure panels don't take gold, they take glass. And I don't know, but in my world, glass is a lot cheaper than gold. So I go with the clear structure panels. We'll go ahead and teach the system how to make those. And let's leave room because there's going to be a bunch of these different miners as we go along. Now, that'll teach it how to make the tier 1s structure panels. We're going to want to upgrade those. So if I press U, it's going to take some lapis, it's going to take some gold, and this erodium interconnect. The erodium interconnect takes 2 erodium crystals and some imbued obsidian plate. That's not the right one. I need to move that one. It's not in a convenient location. Alright. Did I not? There it is. Okay. I was about to say, did I not already make that? And I'll kind of keep these in a tier format, right? So this is all tier 1. This is all tier 2. Structure panels don't really have a tier, I don't believe. I mean, this is new, so let me double check that. This is a new version of this specific mod. No, it doesn't look like they do, which is good. So, frequency modifiers. This is where you got to use your assembler, and it's going to take some Lonsdaleite. What in the heck? Just heard a creeper explode. Something crazy's going on. I think it's underneath me. Okay. Oh, that was a distraction. What was I doing? Oh yes, the frequency modifier is made using a null modifier, some redstone blocks, the litherite interconnects, and Lonsdaleite crystals. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm terrible at pronunciations, however you say it. But that fancy crystal and these other items are used to make the frequency modifier. Then you can turn around and upgrade them, right? So if I wanted to bump it up, let's find the tier 2, which is right here. I can add mica, the tier 2 erodium interconnects, and some more of those fancy crystals, and you'll see it's a tier erodium frequency modifier, which costs a little bit more energy, but it works a little bit better. Now, mica is usually from resource mining, and that's not something I've been doing, so that's why I said I may end up getting a second one of these, or maybe I just change out and get another flash memory and have it for resource mining. I'm not sure just yet. And I already taught it to make laser core, so I can't teach this system necessarily to make these things. I could, right? I could put a crafter hooked up to this and then pump out of it back into the system. But for right now, I won't worry about that too much. I won't be mass producing these items. I'm only going to be using so many of them. So we can clear a few things out here that we've already plugged into the system. And now let's look at the CPUs are used in making just a few things. I also don't think I really need the system to know how to make that. We are going to go ahead and make one. Oh, look at me. I'm trying to do that in the pattern grid. We're going to go ahead and make a CPU because I want to make this. This is the RGB controller, and we're missing a few other things. One of them is going to be flash memory. We can absolutely take care of that with just a few crafting steps, and then the other is a laser diode. Okay, so this is what allows you to change the color of your wonderful, wonderful setup. If I just turn it to black, I can change it to black, which is pretty much what it is originally, or what it was in the last version that I played with. Let's make a few pieces. I don't know, I'll just make a handful of these things. I know I'm going to need these. I also haven't looked at the lenses just yet. Let's make null modifiers. Teach the system how to make it and make quite a few, because this one takes 4 modifiers, right? That's what we saw when we looked at it, and so far I only have 2. So, well, I have 3 because of this frequency modifier. Did it just make 2? Does the recipe make 2? Or am I duplicating items here? How is that possible? No? What's going on here? I think we're having some glitchiness. Okay. Something is a little bit wonky. Let's make some interconnects. Let's just make 4. And then I needed what? Redstone blocks. And that fancy crystal, which I cannot pronounce. If I come over here. Oh, you have to put these in one at a time? Ooh. Painful. How fast is it? At least it's not slow. You know what? At least it's not slow. I can deal with it. Okay, so and you can shift click. Not bad whatsoever. Hello? What happened there? I say you can shift click and it starts putting stuff in crazy places. Oh gosh. We're breaking it. We're breaking it here. What's in there? I needed 4 of these. We've got 4 of them. That is going to make it cost more energy in order to run with these 4 modifiers. If I throw those litherite structures in there and I ask it to make 28 of these, is it going to be smart enough to say yes? Available 3 to craft. No. I threw 21 in there. Why? We're having issues here. We are having issues here. I am going to need all of the erodium ones. Let's see, what we needed 28, the erodium interconnects. So let's go ahead and make all of those. And then let's make all of these that I can. Alright, now what just happened there? Am I missing something? We're struggling hard. What is happening? There we go. Okay. So, now we know We have consumed all of the tier 1s. We can officially craft those. It gives us 28 of those. Clear structure panels, we have more than we need. We can go ahead and put up a few of these other things. Laser cores we're good on. So let's see. I/O blocks. I've got 2 energy inputs. And can we upgrade this? Does it just take a redstone block and 2 pieces of iron? Absolutely. So we are definitely going to upgrade our wonderful FE inputs so they can take more power, because this is not going to be enough power input. I know that for sure. Let's go ahead and grab, what was it, that special crystal, right? And a little, or was it, no, it was iron, wasn't it? Iron. Alright. Let's do our upgrade here. Block of redstone, iridium interconnect. Got it. I need iridium interconnects. We'll make an extra one, just in case, because I think I may need to make another one of these anyways. And iron. Oh, no. Capacity 8,192. So we're going to be able to put 16,000 in at a time. Question is that going to be enough? Maybe I do go ahead and make another one. There's no sense in not doing it. Where's the... I want to make the base tier. What's going on here? At enviro. I also need to be able to spell. Alright, so we're looking at this one, or is it this one? Input block. Here we go. Structure panels, iron ingots, redstone block, and a litherite interconnect. That's why I couldn't find it. Litherite interconnect. I can use the clear one, right? So let's do this. Litherite interconnect. Will you go in there properly now? There we go. Take that back out. And we'll crank it right up. Now we've got 3. Why don't they stack? I don't. Oh, because these already have stored energy in them. Okay. I was about to say, I really don't get what's going on here, but that's okay. We don't need our null modifier. I do believe we have everything that we need now at this point in time. So we can drop back down into our little hole and make something fancy. It does have to shoot, well, I should say it used to. I don't actually know. I'm fairly certain it still has to shoot bedrock. Like the laser that fires out the bottom of it should be aimed at bedrock in the old versions of the mod. And I'm going to assume that this one still requires it. So, I did notice something really cool the other day. Oh, and you'll probably notice too, I don't drift down anymore. This jetpack has no sinking. I'm trying to think of what you call it. If you do this, you should be able to just build the multi-block. Invalid player facing direction. Does this work? There we go. Holy cow, that's fast. It put it together just like it needed to. It even threw the lens in there. Okay, so question is, did it put in all of the parts like it's supposed to? Right, no. So this is an FE input, FE input. We are missing the item, the input output for it. Did I do something with that? What happened to that? That's strange. Let's see, at enviro. There it is. I didn't remember putting that up, but we're going to drop it right there. So, we're built. We're alive. If you look in here, we've got stored 2K energy. What is the tick cost going to be? Oh, that's not bad at all. Here I was stressing that it might be a lot, and it's not. I can definitely run this thing wide open. So, fully charged, those right there. Remember, we talked about the flux points. That's where we're getting our power from. Now, the question that I have is, can I use mechanism pipes in order to get this out of here? Let's see, where's my configurator? There it is. Will that actually extract items out? Or, uh-oh, I can't open the chest. Well, that's never good. Oh yeah, I have block reach, so I can put things an absurd distance away. Yet, so we may still have the problem of only being able to take out of this poor thing with a Minecraft hopper. Is this even running? Are we doing something? Because I feel like we should be doing something. Oh, there we go. Okay, so there is one erodium crystal. Maybe it's just not as fast as I was thinking it should be. Is that all it's done? I put 4 frequency modifiers in here, and you're the next tier up. I feel like you should be faster than this. Okay, so it's just slow. So this is what we'll do. I will come over here. I don't know how much these things can hold, but what I'm going to do is drop down into here. And why did I change the color somehow? Current color green, green, none, green. How did I do that? Oh boy, I broke it. Oh, I'm breaking everything. You know what? Hold on. Just rip it up and do it again. And block reach is really going to be something I've got to get used to. We're going to leave it like that. Give it a few minutes and see what happens. Maybe come back and throw the hopper on here. If the hopper fills up with a bunch of items real fast, we will know that it does not work with the logistical transporter, and we'll have to use the hopper. If not, I hope this works. I mean, Mechanism is just a really good mod, and I'd rather use that. But now, let's talk about this. Look at that. Boom. Colors. Now, that is absurdly dark. Ooh, that looks nice. Can you color everything? See, this is the first time I've played with this, and I am liking it. Now, my favorite color is red, so you know, you got some black and red in here. I'm gonna be happy. But we may play around with the colors and see if we can get some other color that's, because this is super black. This is dark. Which, honestly, hey, you know, I don't have that bad of a problem with. But, let's see if we can add in a tinge of red. I don't know about that. Let's see. Make it just a little bit. What is it? It'll be, if we change all of them to about the same, it'll be a grayish. See, this is sort of what it used to be. Not quite as solid black as I made it. And I might stick with this. So it's like a gray. It's not a black. But that's okay. This is, until I figure out a different color I want to use, this one will work just fine. And you can kind of see a few different details a little better when you do it this color, such as that right there. I wonder what it would look like if I change the color of the glass to something crazy. What about red glass? Oh yeah, we've got a winner. Red glass, the gray frame. I'm loving this tool already. Absolutely loving it. Alright, so that's running. The only other things that I'm not really sure about just yet are the lenses and the utilization of them. And then they've made a few changes. Like I said, used to not have an output block here. I don't know if that's a... I don't know if we can pipe out of this or if it has to be a hopper. I had trouble with it before, but I have updated the pack and maybe, just maybe it'll work. This flash memory, we saw, I showed you in the other video how to program the memory. There's a bunch of different kind of miners. Obviously right now I'm only getting crystals that you use for upgrading these. Later on I would rather get resources from this. I don't want the crystals just to have the crystals. I want this to get resources from it. So we're going to eventually change to a resource miner or an ore miner or something along those lines. We'll play around with it. Maybe even program a botanical miner and see what we get out of it and just play around. But it looks beautiful. We've gone over how to make it, and this thing needs to run now at this tier because this tier will give me the next crystal. Let's see, which looks like this one, chironite, if that's how you pronounce it. And then it goes from there to palladium, and then ionite to aethium. This used to be where it ended, but now there are two additional tiers, nanite and zerothium crystals. These two, I'm fairly certain you have to get, yes, from the end dimension, obtained by a crystal miner in the end dimension, which, I mean, hey, there's no bedrock there, so maybe these things don't actually have to shoot bedrock. They used to have to. Maybe they don't anymore. I'm not sure. But that's going to be it for today's episode. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like button. If you're enjoying my content and you want to see more of it regularly, consider subscribing to my channel. And I will see you all next time.